Hey guys, I have a not so great update for you today. Unfortunately, Patsu passed away yesterday, October 19th, and after being with us for 7 amazing years, I just can't even wrap my head around the fact that it happened so suddenly. I mean, we were kind of preparing for it just because he is so old and he had a couple health things kind of going on and developing under the surface. And he's just slowed down a lot and just hasn't really been fully himself. And I wasn't expecting it, to be like a sudden thing, which I guess is a lot better than seeing him decline and need to be like in and out of vet appointments and stuff, kind of like how Appa was. It was more of, he was fine, doing okay, all things considered, and then we just found him in his bed and he was gone. So definitely the best way possible that he could have gone, but still just very, very heartbreaking. This ferret was in our lives for 7 years, and he's seen so many ferrets come and go in our lives, and he's been there every single time. And he was my soul animal, and he was my first baby before I had my real baby. And yeah, he was a very important part of our family, and not having him here, even though it's only been like a day, has been a difficult adjustment. I started off with I had 6 ferrets, I think, at most at a time, and now I'm down to 2. So we have Momo and Remy, the tripod ferret, now, and it's just, I do find that I handle it better each time it happens. I mean, I was telling everyone around me, when Patsu goes, you better check on me because I'm not going to be okay. And while there is some truth to that, it was a very difficult. I'm finding it a little bit easier to cling to the happy memories because there's just so many memories, with some of my other ferrets that passed away at a much younger age and to really aggressive conditions, that in itself is really heartbreaking, But for him, he lived such a long and full life. We went on vacations together. He's met so many different friends and their ferrets, a lot of ferret play dates. He's met so many different animals and people, and we've been on so many hikes and walks and parks, and we just did so much together compared to all of my other animals that the happy memories really outweigh the bad. And I kind of just wanted to take the next couple minutes to kind of talk about him and some of my favorite memories together, and try to just stay positive about the whole thing because that's what I need right now. Yeah, so he came into our lives as a little baby, and he was a pretty hardy ferret, all things considered. He only really got sick. When I first got him, he had a intestinal parasite, so that took a bit to heal. But after that, he had that one respiratory infection. If you guys might remember, at the old apartment, he had that, and that was scary for me because that's my soul animal and he's sick. But he recovered well from that. I think he had a GI episode once, but other than that, in 7 years, that was it. That was pretty much it. He did start to get a little lethargic a couple months ago, and his blood glucose levels were pretty low, so we decided to start treating him for suspected insulinoma. So he's been on medication for a couple months now, and that's pretty much it though. I've been so lucky with him, and yeah, he's just been so hardy, in comparison to some of my other animals, ferrets in particular. But yeah, some of my favorite memories, he loved going outside. You guys have seen probably so many clips of him just playing outside and digging in the grass and dirt and just running around and being a crazy man. And that is how I'm going to remember him, is loving, his love for being outside. And also he was just super cuddly and super sweet. You know, this ferret, I considered for a time making him like a therapy ferret where I could take him places, but he would be so good for that. Like I think he did bite me actually once. He bit me once when he was a little baby. I think it was an accident. I think I remember I was trying to put a harness on him, like to take him outside or something. And it was like the first time I put a harness on him, and I think he accidentally bit me then. But in the 7 years I had him, he just never had a mean bone in his body, not to other animals, not to people, not to babies, not to like kittens or puppies, literally to nobody. This ferret was just, he was just love, you know, like all of him. He was just such a loving ferret, and he, I think, helped like break a lot of those typical ferret stereotypes, because he just didn't act like a ferret. He acted like a puppy dog most of the time. And when he was young, he was so playful. Like, he just loved to run and chase toys. And it has been really sad to see him slow down the past like 2 years. He hasn't really been wanting to play with toys. He still likes to explore, or liked to explore, and stuff like that, but he would kind of just go to sleep pretty quickly. Like, he has just been sleeping a lot, and so have the other two as well. But just so many memories, you know, at the old apartment, just taking him on walks on the university campus, just like seeing people's reactions to him, and taking him to different like outings and stores. You know, he would go to different stores, and I just did everything with him. I did everything with him. We went to the mountains together, and we stayed in a Airbnb with all the ferrets, and he loved that. Hiking. I'm pretty sure he met the horses. I think I remember that vaguely. But yeah, you could just do anything with this ferret. He loved being in the car. He was good in the car. And like, there's just so much, and I want to like write them down so I don't forget them, but I also have a lot of them immortalized on this channel, which is so amazing. So like, anytime I miss him, or anyone misses him, you can just go back and watch a lot of my videos because he's in them, and a lot of our memories have been captured, which is amazing. So yeah, I only have a couple minutes left on this memory card, but I just wanted to share that update with you guys. And it is very sad. We are very sad. Like, it was very shocking, you know, to find him when you're least expecting it. You know, we were just about to give him his medicine, and so that was tough. And the other ferrets are doing well. Remy has healed so well. Like, I was starting to get a little bit worried about Remy because, you know, he had a major surgery, lost a whole limb, and he just was depressed for a while after his surgery. He lost like all of his hair, but I'm so happy to say all of his hair is growing back, and he looks like a little short-haired polecat. He's so cute right now. His incision has completely healed, and yeah, his fur is all coming back, and he has a lot more energy and life now, so he seems just much happier. It's so hard with ferrets, you know, they're in our lives for a short time, but a lot of the time we are their entire lives. And it brings me comfort to know that since I had him when he was so little, I'm all that he remembers. So he doesn't remember, you know, being at the ferret mill and all that. He only remembers a life of free roaming, no cage, healthy, raw food, the best food I could give him, quality vet care, a lot of space and outside time, and just enrichment and toys and treats. And I really tried my best to give him the best life possible. I've been kind of unlucky with a lot of the previous ferrets I've taken on and their health, but with him, I'm happy to say that I feel like I was pretty lucky with him. I'm just so blessed to have had such an amazing animal in my life. Like, I will be sharing stories of him for years to come. And I'm so glad I can show my daughter and future children the videos on my channel of him, to be like, this is what he was like. And it's just really nice. So yeah, it is the closing of a chapter, the end of an era. Pazuandfriends, the namesake of this channel. But the channel will still be going. Again, I still have the ferrets and other animals in life, and still going to be sharing on here, but I just want to let you guys know. This channel has done so much for me in my life. I've met like 95% of my friends from this channel, and because of Patsu. I have my job because of him. And you know, everything that comes with that, being able to afford to live here and get a house, and like, I can really thank him for like all of that. So it's crazy. It's crazy what like a tiny 2-pound animal, how much impact they can have on your life, and the lives of thousands of people and ferrets all over the world, which is just, it's crazy, and it makes me so happy, and it really helps to kind of like focus on those positives. You guys are all doing well. I hope to update soon.